I'll invite us to stay standing for just one more moment as we turn to Lisa, to Sam and Julia, to Ira, to Anne, and to all of Mo's family, and offer them the traditional words of comfort that Jews have been offering to each other to mourners for thousands of years. Hamakom, please unmute to join me. Hamakom yinachem etchem b'toch sha'ar avelei Zion v'Yerushalayim. May God comfort you together with all the other mourners of Zion. Please remute. We can be seated. We're here today to offer comfort to the family of Mo Diamant. So I'll turn to you now, to anyone who would like to share memories. So feel free to, you can jump in, or I can call on you if you'd like. Lou, are you raising your hand? Okay, Donnie.
For I don't know how many years, on the high holidays, Lisa and Mo sat in the third row of the back section, right behind when you come, right behind the main seats. And I always sat in the second row. I don't know how long we did that, but one of the things that I've been looking forward to someday is returning to the sanctuary and sitting near Lisa and Mo and being able to talk a little, just a little, and maybe have a tap on the shoulder from Mo, or Lisa would pick up my jacket when it fell. And I was so shocked to learn that I would not be getting that tap on the shoulder again, although I still look forward to seeing Lisa in person. I'm so, so sorry. I just have the fondest memories of those days that we were there in the sanctuary. And I know other people have far more that they remember, but it meant a lot to me. I'm so sorry, Lisa.
Thank you, Donnie. Who else would like to share? I'd like to add that so many people have spoken to me in the past week about Mo, and I know that Lisa and the whole family have been receiving such wonderful words. Mo really impacted so many people and impacted so many people's lives. So anyone else who'd like to share either memories or who'd like to, or their wishes of condolence for the family, please do write in the chat. We'll be saving that, but also please speak up. Pamela, is that a hand?
Yes. Hello. Lisa has been a beloved colleague and friend for many years, and you know, our hearts were broken when we heard about the loss of her beloved husband Mo. And while I didn't get to know Mo so well as others do, I was, and I know my sister was speaking for us,
both
that
honored and blessed
to be part of such beautiful moments in the family's life.
Milestone moments.
For example, Julia's bat mitzvah, and then her wedding, and it was just to see the love between the two of them. And I loved hearing Lisa speak about how they met and
their cruises together.
We always refer to them as the cruise queen and king. And you know, my heart just broke, you know, knowing that they had so much to look forward to, but that we're just hoping that the warm and sweet memories and love that they shared will
Bring comfort and peace
to the family.
to the family at this time. We're just, our hearts are broken, and we've just been thinking of you. We would have loved to have been there last night. Unfortunately, we're teachers. I have a student who just tested, and anyway,
Positive.
I was positive, and I didn't want to come without knowing what was going on. So we would have been there in person, but I'm so grateful for the opportunity for us to be able to express our condolences to you, albeit virtually.
And our hearts go out to all of you. And Lisa, let's take many walks at Horn Pond. Nature is a great healer as well. And just know that we're here for you, and we want to support you the best way we can. We love you.
This is Mark Lichtenstein. I hope you can hear me. I didn't know Mo personally. Knew him through being a longtime member, Carolyn and I, of Temple of Mono, 60 odd years. And knowing him through Brotherhood. And he was a hands-on guy. When you gave him something to do, or he volunteered, is even better put, it was done and done well. May his soul rest in peace. Amen.
So true. Richard and Lillian, or Richard?
Yeah, hi, Richard Gray here. I worked with Mo in the men's clubs for many, many, many years, and to work with Mo was to come away with a smile and just a tremendous sense of satisfaction and being part of a team and everything positive. It was just so wonderful about him. It was also very nice in his last few weeks. We chatted a bit over chat about trains and his interest in trains and my interest in trains, and that was nice too. So I'll always have a smile in my memories from Mo. Thank you.
Hi, this is Janet Goldberg. I currently serve as the Temple of Luna Sisterhood president. It's a lifetime achievement award, I think. But Mo and I go back a long time in different ways. Some kitchen humor. I told Rabbi Kling Perkins about this particular drain in the kitchen dishwasher that really needs to be cleaned, and it never is. And the first thing the hands-on man would do would come in, take that thing off, and it was so disgusting, and we'd work on it. He had a place for everything in that kitchen, in the Brotherhood cabinet, here, there. The warm memories. He was just so thoughtful and so kind-mannered, and a devoted Brotherhood man for the breakfast was Jack Carmison. During as he took ill and as he aged, and Mo really took him under his wing and helped support him in so many ways, and as well looked out for his two children who eventually had other issues, and Michelle has since passed away, but there was always a part of his heart in everything, and whether it was ushering on the high holidays to just this past year with his mom's passing. He was putting up a sukkah just days before her funeral, and I got a chance to talk to him, and it was just wonderful. He was dedicated, and he knew this is to calm him, and this is what he needed to do, and he always put his foot forward, and he never let you down. And some of those deli nights for the Man of the Year keeper events, and he'd pull out this hodgepodge of paper goods, and I was like, why don't you just get a big thing from Costco that all match? And it was just funny. It was like a trip to the dollar store. I don't know how he did this or where he got this stuff from, but it was just so funny. And I'm sure, Lisa, these stories, but may all these stories just resonate amongst all of us for the years to come, and may his memory always be a blessing to all of us.
What did you just do?
I unmuted myself.
Hey, Lisa.
Gary.
You unmute?
Yes,
Yeah.
I wanted to give regards to Lisa from one of our walking friends here in Florida, Karen Werlin. They worked together at a bridge school for many years. and Karen's been following what's been going on with Mo, and she was just devastated, like the rest of us, about his passing. So we
She
wanted
wanted to send her love to Lisa.
And yeah, she wants to send her love to Lisa. And I myself worked with Mo for 30, 35 years in the Brotherhood. And as has been said, whenever something had to be done, he either organized it or did it himself. And there were many times, and he just knew what had to be done. And if he told you to do something, you did it. So he really was the real head of the Brotherhood. So we will miss him, and we're grateful for having known him. May his memory be for a blessing. Thank you.
Hi, this is Gary Haffer and Sylvie. I just want to say all the wonderful times we had together at the Seder's, not only for 1 or 2 years, but for decades. Mo has been with us with Lisa and Julia and Sam for well over 25 years. And every time a Seder came, we were all excited because we would see everybody and we really enjoyed ourselves. And it didn't end then. We also went over Mo's house for Julia's birthday every year in July, and there are other events. And Mo was just a wonderful person. He would help out everybody. Beside the temple, when we were in need, when Sylvie's parents passed away, Mo came in and helped us along with Lisa. And you never had to ask him. He always knew what to do, always did the right thing. And we're so sorry. I wish the
Gary.
best.
Hey, Lisa. This is Jerry and Ellen Michelson. We are neighbors next door here. We've been your neighbors for 20 plus years. I would see Mo out in the yard and he'd fill me with his wisdom about what's going on back there. But we're here for you. If you ever need anything, we're just right here. And we just feel so bad that you're going through all this. So sorry. Sorry. All right.
Kathy.
I always knew that if there was a Brotherhood meeting that Mo would be at Minion. He was very devoted to being at Minion when he was in the building, and that was always much appreciated. And such a kind man. And, you know, my experience in this last week is that as people have found out, because we've all been remote for so long, so many people were unaware that he was ill, and people are shocked and just really horrified by, you know, the fact that he has died and way too young. And the last thing I'll say is what was said to me at Shiva for my husband, which is we always hate to welcome in a new member to the Sisterhood of Widows, but we will always be here for you if you ever need to talk, Lisa.
Lawrence.
Yeah, this is Morris's cousin, Larry, from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm one of his older cousins. Morris was a very loyal, dedicated cousin. He was our family leader, following in the path of his dad, Gabe, and his grandfather, Sam. Morris was named after Grandpa Sam's father, and everybody in the family was named Morris Aaron. Over the course of the years, everybody who had the Morris Aaron name, I would have been Morris Aaron were it not for the fact that my dad was Morris. But one Morris Aaron became Mike, another Morris Aaron became Maurice, and so on. But Morris, cousin Morris, was always cousin Morris to all of us. And it was always so interesting that the Temple Amuna gave him the title of Mo. I said, oh, how did that come about? And he says, well, they all call me Mo. So if they like it, I like it. But I'm still Morris. And Morris was true to himself, always friendly, always helpful. Everybody spoke with him. God forbid they had some x-rays that they needed looking at. Spoke to my brother the other day, and he said just a few months ago, his wife's brother fell off of a ladder out in the Philippines. Would it be okay if he sent Morris some of the x-rays? And I had no idea. I had some idea, I should say, because I attended the funeral of Aunt Sylvia. But I was kind of hoping, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And I too was terribly shocked. I got a note from my cousin Anne, and she wrote to me and she said, Morris died. And I was thinking, which of the cousin Morrises was she talking about? She didn't give a last name, but I should have known Morris. The only Morris who still called himself Morris was Morris Diamant. But at any rate, Morris and Lisa were a wonderful pair, loved each other desperately. Morris would do anything for Lisa and anything for the children that he could do. He's just a great guy. And I should stop now because I'm ready to start crying. But I'm pleased to see all the family members and all of his good friends in Massachusetts.
Anyone should feel free to jump in if you'd like. I see, I don't know who it is, C6K. Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Debbie, and I'm Lisa's cousin from Pittsburgh. And I am also heartbroken, Lisa, for you. I'm so sad. I wish I were there to give you a hug. And I didn't know Morris that well. I never called him Mo. I always called him Morris. And I didn't know him as well as, all of these friends from synagogue, etc. But you were a beautiful couple. You were happy. And I'm just heartbroken for you. And I'm sending you my love and support.
Lisa, this is Susan Mayer, and I just wanted to, I have memories of Mo when the children were little. My daughter was in a carpool with Julia when they were 5 years old. And he just, for anybody who never had the opportunity to see him with his children, it was just, just too wonderful to describe. I wouldn't even know the words of the kindness and I cannot remember what the toy was, but I remember that Mo stayed out on the sidewalk. It was Cabbage Patch Kids or something.
It was a Furby. It was Furby.
Furby. Okay. to get this toy for Julia. Just like, what a guy. I mean, who would do this? It's really amazing. And he very, very, very kind person and also very funny person. I remember when he was Keeper of the Light or something was the title. But, I saw this and then I saw him and I said, oh, Mo, I hear you, Keeper of the Light. And he pulls out from his pocket a cigarette lighter, and lights the flame. I thought, oh, that's good. That's good to know you have that. And I was thinking, does he do that for everyone or is it just because he does? I would laugh at something like that, But he just, my condolences, Sam and Julia, and it's wonderful to see you guys all grown up, and I'm sure your dad would be just so very, very proud of you, and you too, Lisa. But Sam and Julia for sure. My condolences.
Lisa, this is Marcy and Ed, and I just want to say that I think that David Rosenbaum just wrote the most beautiful tribute to Mo and really embodied everything that we all feel. And we are all heartbroken, and we are with you. We support you, and may his memory forever be a blessing.
I'm assuming the cheesecake factory cheesecake is not kosher, right? Oh.
All right, my brother has something to say.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm Lisa's brother, her older brother. She's my favorite sister, and Morris was my favorite brother-in-law.
It's her own.
I know Morris when he met Lisa in college, and I'm thinking, who's this guy messing with my little sister? And I never thought that 40 years later, 44, that we would be here, unfortunately, on this really, really sad occasion, because he was a wonderful person. He raised 2 children that are good. And he was just a good person. He was a really good person. Unfortunately, the last couple of years, I haven't seen him as much since we moved to Florida. And we don't live in New York anymore, but we get up here and I was shocked. I mean, we came in November, everything was fine. 2 weeks later, unfortunately, everything turned out to be not good, but he was a good guy. He was a wonderful person. Thank you.
I think Phil Waxler was trying to speak. Yes, Phil. Okay, or maybe not.
No, I wasn't trying to speak.
Okay. Anyone else can feel free to jump in. And thank you all for the beautiful words that are coming in on the chat. This will be sent to the family after this Shiva. So please.
I'm gonna say one thing before we go. I'm Jenny, and I'm Morris's cousin, and Ira and Ann's cousin, and Larry and Billy, and my brother Mike. And we used to get together when we were very young, of course, 4 and 5 years old. So I've known them my whole life. But this is what I wanted to say. Everybody's talking about his goodness. He was good at 5 years old. He was great at 6 and 7. He had so much goodness. And Ira with their smiles and dimples, and Anne, what a family. And now that Lisa and Morris got married years later, they made such a good couple, and they had each other, and the goodness just seemed to grow. And now he has all this goodness with all of your friends and in the temple. It's just such a loss. It's surreal. It's too soon. 20 years, 30 years, I don't know, 25 years too soon. It just doesn't seem, I can't believe that, and being with all of you during Aunt Sylvia's time when she left, it was a reality to find out what was going on. And Lisa, Julia and Sam, I'm with you. My arms are so long and wrapped around you. I'm here for you anytime you want some solace or just like meditative area down here in Florida. Upstairs, see those stairs? There's a whole place for you to come, and we can relax and just be. So just, travel down here and we can just sit and talk about all the things that I used to do with your dad, Julia, when he was younger. And one thing that I loved is the fact that he was married to your mom, Lisa. I knew he was just having such a wonderful life. And then you two were born and brought into the family, and your bas mitzvahs and your bar mitzvahs and the weddings. It was such a beautiful life. And we're all blessed to have shared it with each other.
This is David Singer from the Men's Club. And speaking of Keeper of the Flame, Mo would just do everything. So I formed a committee that would help him because I know he would just do it all. And I tried to get some volunteers to help. And some volunteers worked out really well and others didn't. Some were much more work for Mo to deal with to get things done. And it would have just been easier for him to do it himself. But he was so gracious to them and put up with their shenanigans. And he still got everything done. And just a pleasure to work with, as everybody else has said. We'll really miss him.
Thank you all for these beautiful words. Oh,
Maya wants to
go
say
ahead,
something.
Maya, please.
And you can say anything.
No, I'm not gonna say in Hebrew. I'm Maya, Julia's fiance. I met Morris plus minus 2 years ago. 2 years ago, after a long time from Israel, when I came. Morris welcomed me to the family immediately with huge smile on his face. I think it's big apart from me from being from Israel, but it's not about that. I saw the love in his eyes and I saw how he accepted me even with everything, no judgment, no nothing, like straight to the family, make me feel wonderful. We did Pesach together and I was like, how to read Hebrew, and that was amazing. I felt like one of the people that were together the same, and I was like, oh my God, something we share together. And I wanted to say that Morris raised amazing children that one of them I have, of course, relationship with, but I didn't want to say thank you to Lisa and Morris for being there for the kids. And Morris, I can see the personality of Morris in the kids too. And that's amazing. And I am so sorry for the loss of the family. And Morris is just amazing. Thank you.
I just want to thank everybody for coming, and I need more tissues because this is beautiful. And I appreciate it. I'm sure Mo would like it, but he would have liked food here, right, Janet? He probably would have. We used to go shopping together for the Brotherhood board meetings. Julia and Sam always said our car smelled like bagels. And I still have things that we need to clean up from his car. And I appreciate it. And I love seeing our family. I love seeing our friends. I love seeing the teachers that I worked with. I love seeing our neighbors. I will call on you. And Federation of Jewish Men's Club. I was going to wear the hat, but I just couldn't do it without crying. So I had his shirt too. I made him wear it one time to Mass General because it was a warm shirt. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I can go on because of the support I get from everyone. So thank you. I'm going to mute myself before I start crying.
Well, thanks to everyone for coming tonight. If you haven't yet, please do leave a note in the chat. So we'll leave this open for a few more moments. And I know that the family has felt so much warmth from all of you. Thank you for reaching out. May the memory of Morris Mo Diamond be for a blessing. So we'll close down in a few moments. I just want to give everyone a moment to finish typing if they'd like to.
And Julia too. We love
We
you,
love you,
Lisa,
Lisa,
and
and
Julia,
Julia.
and the family. We're here for you.
Thank you.
Means a lot to see the outpouring of love. I think I mentioned to you, Lisa, I got an email from my uncle in Philadelphia who knew Mo through the men's club. And he just had such a wide reach, such an impact that he reached out, as have so many people here. Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Okay, Lisa and the family, I'll see you hopefully tomorrow on Zoom. Be well. I'll give it another moment for the chat. Then I'll download it. Okay. Is anyone else still writing? Sorry, I don't know who you are there, J Scout Southworth. Do you want me to wait for you, or you're just saying goodbye? You're muted. You're muted.
Hi, Zelda.
You muted. We
No, I
cannot.
said-
No, she's talking,
Oh, she's
and you
talking.
cannot hear her.
Hi, Lisa.
Yes.
Hi, Zelda.
So sorry for your loss. I just was really shocked, and I just, you helped me a lot through my loss. So if I can help you in any way, please get in touch.
We have to have a reunion from
I
the.
guess so. It's been so long since the pandemic crap.
I know. We'll be in touch. Diane was saying. She
Okay.
could get us, yeah. Oh, gosh. Bye, Zelda.
Okay. Have a good night, everyone. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
close down
Thank you,
this.
Rabbi.
Take care.
Thank you.